Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Anastasia, and on this channel I share with you my juice fasting experience and my raw vegan foods lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more videos just like this. And in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 10 things that I've learned after my 115 days of juice fast. First of all, I want to thank you guys for receiving my latest video the way you did. It was very helpful to know your feedback, to know where you're at in your journey, to share the experiences and just to feel connected with you. It's very important for me to continue my work and to share this knowledge of my experiences with people, because I just feel it's unfair to hold it back and not to share it in order to help someone who does need help at this point in life. It's quite fascinating to me, being a year after I started my long-term juice fast, and noticing and recognizing all the changes that I experienced. So I want to share with you 10 things that I've discovered after my 115 days juice fast. So first of all, I want to tell you that it's very important to refeed yourself properly after the long-term juice fast. And what I mean by that is you need to go slowly. My mistake was that I was supposed to try leafy greens at about day 12 of refeeding myself after the long-term juice fast, but I was invited to a Christmas party and I really indulged into the leafy green salad, and what I noticed right there is that it was salted, and it was my first time trying salt, and I overate it. I felt like I first of all did it too early, and the second thing, I did it too much. But I learned from that. At the time, the bowel transit time was totally different from that of fruits, and I really felt it because I was not eating for such a long time. Of course, my body really felt the difference. So refeeding yourself slowly is very important. The thing number two that I discovered after my long-term juice fast is that maintaining your diet after the juice fast is very important too. Somehow I thought that, once I clean out everything, I might feel difference in digestion, or I might not. So I was really not aware of what was going to come. And the thing is that I knew right away now that what I ate impacted me in different ways. I noticed the difference between consuming fruits and vegetables. Fruits digest much faster and vegetables digest somewhat slower, especially if there are different herbs and spices added to it. I noticed that if I added some fat, it would digest slower as well, especially if I mixed the fat with vegetables. So this kind of things that I was completely oblivious to on my previous diet, now they play significant role in how I feed myself. Because to me it's important to feel good, to feel light, to feel that I'm pretty much empty, and that's how my body functions the most on this kind of a diet. So my mistakes were when I tried those foods and when I combined them in the way that were not suitable for me. But I learned from those, and I really can tune into my body now because I had those mistakes. But I want to let you know that you most likely are gonna go through the same thing after your long-term juice fast. And that's okay, that's our journey, and that's how we learn. The third thing that I learned after my long-term juice fast is that maintaining weight is easier knowing what goes in and what goes out. So I noticed that if I would increase the fat intake, like nuts and seeds, I would gain some weight. Once I would go off them, I would lose some weight. So to me it really became very interesting experience of knowing what can affect my weight, what can affect the feeling of my body, what can affect my digestion. It's really outstanding to go through this, because before I was not even aware of all of that. The fourth thing I've discovered after my 115 days of juice fast is that maintaining sleep schedule is very important. I had a very bad habit of going to bed late, and to be honest with you, this really messed my days at times. And because it was a habit, it really was since my childhood, it was very challenging to change it and to substitute it for good practices. And I discovered that it doesn't make much sense of having a really good diet that sustains my body personally and not having enough sleep. So I gotta really work hard to change that habit. And I'm still in the process, I believe, but it got much better. Fifth thing I discovered is that eating 2 times a day is optimal for my body. I tried eating 1 time a day, I tried eating 3 times a day, I tried eating 2 times a day, and 2 times seemed to be the most efficient for my body. 3 times is too much for me. I really don't like doing that. 1 time, sometimes it was hard because I felt that I would need to make a juice or a smoothie if I don't eat the second time. So in one of my previous videos, I share with you how I eat after my juice fast, so you can watch that. But for me, 2 times a day seems to be the optimal. Another thing I learned is that eating after dark does not suit my body well. And I know it's hard. We all like to gather with our friends and family and really sit down and enjoy our meals. And I don't say that I don't do that I don't eat after dark, but I also don't say that it works well for me. It's one of the things I would really like to change, and I'm in the process of changing that. And so far, when I don't eat after dark, I really find that I sleep much better, I feel much better in the morning. I'm more energetic and I can just go with my day. So that's something I practice so far, and sometimes I sleep, sometimes I don't. And when I don't, I feel the best. Thing number 7 that I discovered personally for myself, and I know there's a lot of controversy around this subject, and I'm sharing with you my personal experience, and that's all that is. It's just my personal experience with salt. And what I noticed is that salt is addictive to my body. I love salty foods, I love salads, I like guacamole, I like this kind of things, but I noticed that whenever I eat them without salt, first of all, I really feel the taste of all the vegetables that go there, and it's pretty satisfying and it's really delicious too. And the second thing, I feel satiated faster. Another thing I noticed with salt, with my body, is that I get dehydrated really quickly, and that's not the feeling I would like to experience. I really enjoy the balanced feeling in my body. I consider adding some salt here and there in my meals, but also, as I said, that through my experiments, I noticed that the best way I feel is just without salt. Another thing that I've learned after my long-term juice fast is that I need to have solid self-care practices in place so I can use them. And I noticed that the more we clean our body, the more we are in tune with ourselves, the more we understand what we need emotionally as well, what we need mentally as well. And having solid self-care practices, having an outlet to talk to, like a therapist or a counselor or a mentor, and being connected with people and learning from them and growing with them and caring for yourself this way through the community, through the service, and really knowing what you need at certain times and following that is very, very important. I learned a lot about psychology after my long-term juice fast, and I really appreciate all those people who put self-care practices in books, in videos, in all the help available that we can get online in our libraries through our community. It's very important to have that and to take care for yourself on all the levels. The ninth thing I learned after my juice fast is that I need to practice positive mentality daily. And what that means to me is that I filter what I think and I stop my mind when it doesn't think that doesn't suit to me. Saying that, I don't say that I can stop my feeling. Quieting the mind, practicing meditation, being present with yourself, and practicing thinking positively, creating your world positively. That makes a lot of difference whether you are juice fasting or not, but especially after juice fast you notice that there are less blocks on our way to practice that. That's at least what I discovered for myself, that really all the resistance left and there was just time to learn, to just sit with myself, to sit with my mind, to sit with my patterns that I use in the everyday life and to get rid of them for good, just like I got rid of all the gunk that was in my gut. And finally, the 10th thing I've learned on a juice fast and after the juice fast, and I'm still learning this, to listen to myself. It seems that it's easy and it's really not. And it's this balance when we truly need to sit down with ourselves and just be quiet for some time and just be present with what is. And we can use the feelings as guides to show us the direction where we need to go next. It might seem scary at first to just follow your heart and your feelings and know yourself more than anyone else can know you, really. In my experience, it works every time. It just works. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's vulnerable. Yes, it's hard to believe sometimes what your heart is telling you to do. But every time I did follow my heart, it always brought me to the better place. It always let me grow. It always created change. So there you have it, 10 things that I've learned after my long-term juice fast, and I hope that this video is helpful for you guys. Please let me know if you have any questions. As always, I'm open to conversation in my comment section, and I'm so thankful for you being here, being present with me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.